life lessons foretold. Stay golden, girls and boys, stay golden.
Hey babes, it's me, Courtney, and you're tuned in to Stay Golden, Golden Grades. Last episode of Golden Grades, we asked you what icon should we use for grading, and in the comments, the tie was Sophia's purse and cheesecake. I'm going to break the tie, and it's going to be cheesecake. Today, we are going to be grading 5 episodes of The Golden Girls. The Stan Who Came to Dinner, All That Jazz, Golden Moments Part 1 and Part 2, and From Here to the Pharmacy. These episodes are still in the 1.5 to 1.75 cheesecakes out of 5 range. Number 150 on our list is The Stan Who Came to Dinner. Stan is having bypass surgery, and there's nobody in his life to take care of him post-surgery. He turns to his ex-wife, ex-mother-in-law, Blanche, and Rose to help see him through this time, and Dorothy accepts this responsibility. B-plot. Blanche has a twin situation on her hands. She wants to date both Rob and Bob, but can't decide which one, so she's juggling both until she figures out who's the winner. This episode lacks some of the big laugh moments that the Golden Girls are known for. And I'm surprised because I think there's some really solid jokes that just don't seem to land as well as other times.
I mean, I always assumed that something like this could happen, but I just figured it would be with that blonde secretary you had who couldn't type or take shorthand.
You're wrong on 2 counts, Dorothy. She could take shorthand, and I did have an affair with her.
I am shocked. That airhead could take shorthand.
The first half of the episode is the setup to Stan getting surgery, and then the second half of the episode is the aftermath. I wish we could have gotten to that 15 minutes much sooner and spent maybe 20 minutes of the episode of watching that unfold. I think there was a potential for a lot of humor in the way in which he can essentially ruin their lives. And at the same time, what I think is really interesting about this episode and the kind of last 4 or 5 minutes really deals with is this was Dorothy's life. She knows Stan is buying his time there and being difficult. At the same time, she's trying to do the right thing by an ex-husband who confessed in this episode that he cheated on her.
Now, you can't run over here every time you have a problem. I'm not your mother. I'm not even your wife anymore. No, Stanley, it's time that you grew up.
It's interesting to see the reality of what Dorothy's life was like. And that was a hard life. And the tension that could have built up in some significant humor spots, I think, got left behind.
Also, a half a dozen sour pickles and 2 prune Danish.
What time of day is this? I think it's 8, 9 o'clock at night because Blanche was just about to go out on a date with the twins. So what is she doing ordering bagels at 9 o'clock at night? Is it an order for tomorrow? I'm very confused by this bagel order. Number 149 on the list is All That Jazz. Michael's in Miami.
Great news, Ma. I quit.
You quit? You just got the job 2 weeks ago.
I know, but I feel like I'm in a rut.
Michael, how are you going to support your wife?
Oh, more good news. Lorraine and I separated.
Responsibilities holding him back, his job and having to be a grown-up, and he just wants to move it home and have Mom give him $20 and go out and hang out and live his best life. I really hate Michael. The fact that he comes home and he just complains and whines. He's like, well, if you don't like it and you're just gonna throw me out, I'm gonna go live with Dad. Sophia slaps Blanche's grandson. Why is she not slapping her own grandson in this episode? The math in this episode does not add up. Michael is said to be 30 years old. How is that possible? Dorothy will say 60. 30-year-old Michael would mean that Dorothy was 30 when she had Michael, but we know that's not true. This drives me nuts about the series in general. I just can't handle it. I really think Michael's probably 45 years old. He should be really much older in this episode, but whatever. In the comments below, let us know. How old do you think Michael should be? Rose is dealing with her boss at the station, Enrique Moss, and we get the famous scene of her staring at the light bulb while her hand is inside the bucket. We also get the famous I can dig it line.
Michael and I made plans to see each other tonight. You know, a real father-son evening where we can rap and share our feelings and create good vibes.
I can dig it.
I do enjoy the Bull St. Olaf story that Rose tells with the twist ending.
Honey, didn't that give you a false impression about what a man would look like?
It sure did. Can you imagine my surprise on my wedding night with Charlie? Boy, that bull would have been jealous.
Number 148 on the list is Golden Moments Part 1. Golden Moments Part 1 bothers me for a few reasons, particularly because it revolves around Sophia saying she needs to move out and go take care of Phil and Big Sally's children. If Phil has a 14-year-old child and he's approximately the same age as Dorothy, I mean, really? The math is certainly a real issue here. What's strange about this flashback episode happening in the middle of the season is the other flashback episodes tend to happen at the end of seasons. But this is the middle of the season. And in addition, it's a really solid season. The lead up to Golden Moments was really great. It's Dorothy's new friend, my brother, my father, grab that dough. 3 solid top tier. You know, they're gonna get like 4.5 out of 5 cheesecakes when we get to them kind of episodes. So to have that run and then be like, oh, you know what, we're just gonna show you some stuff that happened before. And the flashbacks show stuff that just happened like 2 episodes ago. In the comments below, why do you think that they threw Golden Moments in the middle of season 3 here? They do show some great flashbacks.
You look lovely tonight.
I look like the mother of a solid gold dancer.
Number 147 on the list is, you guessed it, Golden Moments Part 2. The reason that Golden Moments is 148 and 147 is because really, I like these flashbacks just a little bit better than I did other flashback episodes. One thing that strikes me in this episode, and does overall in Golden Girls, and something I talk about often, is time. What time of day is it when these things are happening? Blanche and Dorothy are sitting at the table talking, trying to figure out the problems.
Hi, girls. I figured this might happen, so I went out and bought a cheesecake.
Oh, Rose, that's great.
I'm constantly trying to figure out, what time of day is this? Did she just pick up this cheesecake? Did she get it earlier on her way to work? Or pick it up on her way home from work? What are they doing? Are they up at like 3 o'clock in the morning regularly just eating cheesecake? And this is a moment in the episode that I'm just like, huh? Okay, she got a cheesecake, but like, what time is it?
Well, let's slice this baby up and see if we can solve our Sophia problem. Here, darling.
The other reason that I like these flashback episodes just a little bit better than the others is the symbol of the kitchen table. The Golden Girls, time and time again, sit down to talk, to support, to figure out their problems. And I like that this is a part of the episode and it's just symbolic of their relationship. So I think that inches it just a little bit above the rest, but just barely, guys. Number 146 on our list is From Here to the Pharmacy. A strange man shows up at the Devereaux household saying he's back from war and he's here for his love, Blanche. Great setup. There's a lot of potential in, misidentification, remembering stories incorrectly, and the tension of, oh, am I going to get this wrong? Is he going to find out? And I think they could have played into that more. Instead, it took a kind of a weird, serious turn in the second half. I struggled with, when did he get back from the war?
Welcome home.
It is home, isn't it? Last night, I wasn't quite here yet. This morning was real.
He talks about, I just got back last night. He comes back. They go out to dinner, and then Blanche shows up the next day at the pharmacy that he works at. When did he have time to get that job? Because the Golden Girls did not do a good job of explaining this timeline for this one. Speaking of last night with Al, in the dinner scene, when they're talking, and it's like a 2 medium shot at the dinner table, Rue McClanahan keeps looking off stage to something. What is she looking at? It's very distracting. A little piece of me thinks that she's looking at cue cards in that moment, or something is happening off screen. It helps sour this episode for me. Sophia is also in this episode redoing her will, and it turns out she's got a lot of money she didn't tell Dorothy about. in Sophia's like scheming, money-obsessed way makes total sense. But at the same time, like, she comes off as kind of crummy in this one. And I think for some reason, I don't know what Estelle Getty was doing with some of these lines, I think she comes across as pretty mean in a way that Sophia can from time to time. Like, it's just not funny, it feels mean.
If I'd had the money, I could have been living in a swinging condo instead of with... I better not say anything till I've had my coffee. A slut and a moron.
Thank you for watching Golden Grades, and in the comments below, let us know, what did we get right, what did we get wrong, how do you feel about these episodes? I thank you for watching. As always, you can subscribe, you can share, and continue to be a part of the Stay Golden community. I thank you very much for being a friend, and as always, stay golden.